Hey guys, I just thought I'd make a little video here on the types of silver that you can buy and why you might want to have one type over another. Um, so stacking silver is something that everybody has different ideas about how exactly you should do it. So I'm just going to give my 2 cents on it. So just as a quick overview, there are people who think that the economy is going to collapse with the American dollar and or the U.S. dollar rather, to be more correct. And then silver is going to be worth more because of simply inflation, and and of course, inflation is going to increase the value either way because as silver holds its price or goes up long term, it continues to gain value. And then, of course, there are other people that just think that silver is going to go up just because it goes up in time. And then there are others that like to stack more numismatic types because um, people in the future are going to want to get dates that they couldn't get in the past. Maybe there's someone looking in the future for this, something like this, like an '89 that they just missed that year. They need that '89, and they don't have it. And you have it, and they want it. Or maybe something like this. Here's something I paid $50 for a little while ago. This is in 1888. I don't know if you can see that. It's a Carson City, but it's not a great shape. But that's a nice coin for $50, I think. Oh, sorry, 1883. And that's another way. But that's not stacking silver. That's stacking numismatic, because the value in this. So even though I paid $50 for it, and it's worth a little bit more than that, though, its value is not in the silver; it's in the collectible. Now, turn back to something like this. Here's something I bought. This is my birth year, and it's a American Silver Eagle, proof, 1988. Now this, you could buy for about 50, $60, and it has a little bit more silver value than the Carson City. However, a little bit less collectible value, but they're pretty on par, and I think it's a good example to show what you could get. Now, I like this coin because it's my birth year, and it's amazing to look at. But this one was probably a better investment because it will, in time, gain more value due to its collectible value. Because it's Carson City. Anything from that is a little bit harder to get. Now, what other types of things can you get? Of course, you can get these for a little bit over spot, maybe $3 over spot, depending on where you get them. Or maybe if you're lucky, you can get them at spot. And that's kind of a little secret of mine that maybe I'll share in another video. If enough people ask about it, maybe I'm feeling generous. Who knows? So you could get those at spot if you're lucky. Here's something that's easier to get at spot. This is just some junk silver, and not everybody would consider this junk silver. Some people like to collect these. Like, here's some old barbers, but if it's not a rare date, it's not good condition, it really is still junk silver. Why do I still call it junk silver? Because the value is more in the silver than in the numismatic, and at that point, that's when I'm going to call it junk silver. That's just kind of my plain and simple, quick and dirty way of saying, is this a numismatic or is this junk silver? Or not always just junk silver, just silver. So as this would be numismatic, this would be silver bullion, I would say, because it's silver, but it's also pure, so worth a little bit more over spot. This is junk silver because I pretty much got this for spot, and that's pretty close to what it's worth. then of course this is numismatic. No one's gonna call that bullion or silver. Same with some of these, like, uncirculated Morgan, something like that. That's of course the value. That's a raffle winning. That was a lucky one. That's not something anyone's gonna call silver value. And there's different ways. Sometimes I'll buy something like that at spot, but if I get a date that I don't have, something like that, I'll put that in there. Maybe some old Mercury dimes. Oh, that was one I found in a roll. Coin roll hunting. So there's different ways to do it. You can buy these retail, or you can buy up old junk silver. You can get lots like this on eBay. You can buy them at spot. Just some cool old rings. I really like to have these. Just kind of look at all sterling silver, but the stones are mostly costume in these, and that's a cool way to buy silver too. And these are popular type chains. You see lots of people wearing these today. That's a Figaro style with the 1 and then the 3 small like that. And these I always get at spot or maybe a little under. And that's a fun way to store up silver too, because I can have my little treasure box like this, and I like to look at it. And if I need a gift for somebody who is a female and who likes different rings like that, I can let them pick one out. I say female because all the science programs they take, you get used to saying male, female rather than improperly saying girl, chick, something like that, informal. Here's one way I don't tend to stack anymore that I used to. 40% silver. I would rather have my fun jewelry, cool rings, or just kind of like here's a 40% quarter that I paid $1.50 for. But it's kind of cool. I didn't have one of those. This is a bicentennial, and that's something that's cool. Or just maybe finding some one with a nice tone like that. See, that's a gold compared to these ones without toning. These are harder to resell, and when people say why they don't like them as much, they say, okay, well, say you want to get at that silver, you want to use it for industrial purposes, for either current day or in that sort of post-apocalyptic type economic collapse. It's harder to get at, and for whatever reason, it's perceived to be worth less, so it is worth less. This is one of those type things where perception is reality. So people view this as being worth less. So I only buy this type of silver if I can buy it under spot. In fact, I wasn't even going to buy this, but there was a day where I was kind of making more of a bulk sale where I was getting a couple of those and a few things like this. And this isn't even in good shape. I don't even know why it's in a holder. And the guy really wanted to get rid of these too, so I'd pay something under spot for that, and that's the only time I really get 40%. So I think your best bet though is to really have a little mix of everything. Who's to say that the economic collapse will be in our lifetime or our kids' lifetime? Either way, if you're getting a little bit of everything, you're gonna have something to pass down, or you're gonna have a good backup if you need to sell this stuff later on. The good thing about having something in between, say, like I got that one pretty cheap. You got a really good deal on that one for like 19 bucks. That'll go up with silver or with collectible value. So that's a really good investment there. Whereas something like this, maybe something like that wouldn't. Oh, here's a blank planchet. I can't see the value of those going up, but this is actually something I was given for free, so that's cool. And this is something I inherited, just a 3-pence coin, 1921. But basically, pick how you wanna view things, and probably err on the side of caution. Don't put everything into only numismatics, because then it's very hard to sell collectibles for what you paid unless you wait a long time. So say I shut this away, and my grandkids sell this 100 years. They'd have an easy time with that. But if I wanted to turn around and sell this tomorrow, I would probably just break even and also have to go through the hassle. However, because I bought this at spot the same day, this is just some recent stuff here. I could make a profit on these because people do like Barbers and Mercuries. So, find somewhere where you can get something like this for spot. I think that this is the best investment. These are fun, and I like to have this little treasure box. These are cool to look at. This is one of my favorite things to look at. I really like those, and this whole book of just all kinds of stuff that I got here. But really, I think probably your best investment is here. That's my opinion. I don't think that anyone else's opinion is wrong, but this is just mine. So post in your comments. Tell me what you think. Where would you kind of allocate your assets? I think that the cool thing about silver is that, as I've shown just within this, there's a little bit of diversification just within that. So always diversify your assets, no matter what you're investing. Don't have them all in one place, whether it's in collectibles, silver. Make sure you still have enough in the bank. Make sure you don't have credit card debt, all that kind of stuff. That's the only time you should ever be really investing heavily, especially, is if you're completely out of credit card debt and all that sort of thing. So tell me what you guys think. Post some comments. Go ahead and add me. I'm going to be posting some more videos like this soon, and maybe even some tips on how to get something like this closer to spot than you're used to, and maybe I'll even tell you how I can get these for spot, because that's something I know people want to know. Alright, take it easy guys, and thanks for watching.